The Columbian Exchange was the transfer of plants, animals, diseases, and cultures between the Old World, which is a term for Europe, Africa, and Asia, and the New World, which is a term for the Americas. It began after Columbus's voyage in 1492 and continued for several centuries. Here's what was transferred. From the Old World to the New World came horses, cattle, wheat, and smallpox. From the New World to the Old World came potatoes, corn, tomatoes, chocolate, and tobacco. In the short term, the exchange had some positive effects. It brought agricultural diversity, global cuisine, and population growth. In the long term, though, there were negative effects as well, such as the spread of deadly diseases, the exploitation of native populations, and transatlantic slavery. To get the bad stuff out of the way first, let's start with disease. Europeans brought with them to the Americas the most deadly disease known to man, smallpox. It's estimated that as many as 90% of Native Americans died as a result. Other diseases included measles, malaria, and typhus. The natives of the Americas had no resistance to these diseases, and so they were decimated. Let's talk about exploitation. When the Spanish began exploring and conquering the Americas, they enslaved the natives, forcing them to work in mines and on plantations. Many of them died from overwork or were killed intentionally. The Spanish also brought African slaves to the Americas to replace the Native Americans. Finally, let's discuss transatlantic slavery. The Atlantic slave trade was the forced migration of Africans across the Atlantic Ocean to work in the Americas as slaves. It is estimated that over 12 million Africans were shipped across the Atlantic, with many dying during the journey. Now let's talk about the good stuff. The Columbian Exchange brought new food to both the Old World and the New World. For example, the potato and corn from the Americas were brought to Europe and Asia, where they are still eaten today. In addition, tomatoes and tobacco from the Americas and chocolate from Central America became popular in the Old World. Horses were brought to the Americas and had a significant impact on the native cultures. For example, the Inca used horses to help them conquer new lands and to transport goods. Finally, the Columbian Exchange led to population growth in both the Old World and the New World. As new food crops were introduced, people had more to eat, and so they lived longer. In the long run, the Columbian Exchange had a huge impact on the world. It led to globalization, ecological changes, and cultural transformation. For example, it made the world a smaller place as people from the Old World and the New World began to interact more. It also led to the extinction of many native plants and animals as invasive species were introduced. Finally, it led to the blending of cultures as people from the Old World and the New World began to intermix.